It is very good to be back.
Welcome to ReviewMean, the channel where we go an extra mile to simplify your movie decisions. Today we'll be analyzing reviewers' comments on the movie Now You See Me, Now You Don't. The film is the sequel to Now You See Me, Part 2, and the third installment in the Now You See Me film series. The movie is directed by Ruben Fleischer and stars Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, and Rosamund Pike. At the time of this video, these were the critics who had reviewed the movie. As I understand it, Mark Kermode doesn't just dislike this movie, he unleashes a biblical-level smiting. The film's star-studded cast might as well be replaced with department store mannequins, because at least mannequins wouldn't look this mortified delivering a script so painfully wooden that calling it cardboard would be an offensive compliment. Every actor looks like they skim-read the script in the Uber on the way to set and is now regretting every career choice that led them here. Kermode says even Scooby-Doo would refuse to participate in this nonsense out of sheer professional pride. Rosamund Pike tries to give it everything she's got, dialing up her performance in an attempt to resuscitate this cinematic corpse. But even her effort can't save what Kermode brands a brain-melting, soul-draining stupidity fest. He says it's the stupidest film he's seen in ages, one so insultingly dumb that even his intelligence, which he jokingly rates as not high, felt personally attacked by the screenplay. And to make things worse, he believes the film will find an audience, and that thought apparently makes him want to slam his head into a brick wall for relief. This movie is a spectacular disaster that made Kermode contemplate violence against himself. We'll convert his opinion to a 0.5. As I understand it, 3C Films, on the other hand, is practically levitating with happiness. It seems the movie turned him into a wide-eyed kid at a magic show, grinning, pointing, and gasping. He wasn't just watching a movie, he was enchanted, spellbound by tricks so slick, so dazzling, they practically slapped him with wonder. Director Ruben Fleischer, according to him, finally cracked the code of what this franchise was meant to be. A mind-melting fusion of realistic magic plus high-octane heists. For most of the film, every trick has a clever, logical reveal that makes the payoff even more exhilarating. It's the kind of filmmaking that makes you shout, "Yes, this is how you do it." Sure, a couple details don't line up perfectly when you think back, but nothing so catastrophic that the movie collapses. And yes, it gets a bit long in the middle, but he barely cares because the finale goes full spectacle mode. To him, this film is a shining example of the franchise's true potential. If future sequels stay on this path of grounded illusions and slick heist energy, he's not just interested, he's begging for more. 3C basically says, "This is the magic show I've been waiting for." His scores average 3.25. As I understand it, Jeremy walked into this movie expecting absolute cinematic garbage, the kind of dumpster fire chaos you mentally prepare for just to survive the next 2 hours. But shockingly, it's not trash, not even close. He says these movies are basically Ocean's 11 knockoffs, except everyone's a magician instead of a suave con artist. And honestly, they're weirdly dependable. The cinematic equivalent of comfort junk food, cheap, cheesy, but always kind of fun. The film blends the old cast with the new one, trying to appeal to new audiences. It trickles characters in one by one, and while the trailer hints at some things, Jeremy says it still manages to sneak in a few surprises. He admits the movie is exactly what this franchise is meant to be: slick, corny, disposable heist entertainment with a cartoon villain thrown in for extra spice. He says it's a totally solid wait-for-streaming movie, but by the time the credits rolled, he realized he actually had a pretty good time. Not amazing, not mind-blowing, but definitely a fun time, no alcohol required. It captures the vibe of modern magic. Flashy illusions that absolutely rely on camera tricks, editing sorcery, and pure cinematic smoke and mirrors. And honestly, that's what makes it fun. Jeremy ends up stunned that something he expected to loathe ends up being shockingly enjoyable, despite being cheap, goofy, and stitched together with editing magic. We'll give this a 3 out of 5. As I understand it, Adam believes these movies demand you shut your brain off so hard you might forget your own name. These movies don't just break the rules, they burn the rulebook, scatter the ashes, and pull a rabbit out of the flames. Most of the magic looks like it was cooked up by CGI artists chugging Monster energy drinks. But even if the tricks look faker than a YouTube prank channel, the movie still looks slick. Cards are flying, magicians are spinning around like Beyblades, and characters vanish like they accidentally hit a glitch in a video game. Like a wannabe Ocean's 11, the movie does that "now let us reveal the trick" replay, except Adam says even after the explanation, he's still sitting there like, nope, sorry, absolute nonsense. Then he mocks the movie's vibe with a brutal fake monologue, and even creates a completely insane example of the film's logic. A magician points at a random woman. "You have the ace." Woman: "No, I don't." Magician: "You're 9 months pregnant." And boom, she gives birth on the spot holding the ace of spades like newborns just come pre-installed with playing cards. That is exactly how ridiculous he thinks this movie gets. He says the cast is strong, but they're drowning in cringe dialogue, goofy plot moments, and pure camp energy. The script is so cheesy, you could grate it onto pasta. For Adam, these movies have never worked for him, ever. But if you're already a fan of this franchise's over-the-top, logic-defying magic shows, you're probably going to have a blast. The magic isn't dead, it's just aggressively stupid. Sounds like a 1 out of 5 to me. Now let's round up the numbers and convert to percentage. The ReviewMean score for Now You See Me, Now You Don't is 38% compared to 59% on the tomatometer. In the end, the movie pulls off a trick of its own. Not the kind that makes you gasp, but the kind where half the audience cheers while the other half wonders if they've just been pickpocketed. Some critics see a lively, clever magic show with enough charm to keep a grin on your face, while others think the film is so illogical it practically levitates off the rails. This is a movie that runs on pure spectacle and swagger. Fun if you're willing to surrender to the flash and noise. Frustrating if you expect your cinematic illusions to follow the laws of physics or basic common sense. If you can sit back, switch off the brain, and enjoy the chaos, you'll have a good time. If not, well, the real magic might be watching your patience disappear. There you have it, folks. But what about you? Did our score match your vibe? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if this helped you make a more informed decision, or gave you one less thing to Google today, give a big thank you to the amazing reviewers we featured by subscribing to them, support their work, and of course smash that subscribe button for ReviewMean. Like, comment, share, and I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, let the numbers do the watching for you.